Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a project that I made, and this is part of my what I made in November Paper Stash Smash collaboration video, because November we had 6x6 pads. Now technically I had, this 6x6 was in August, and I had chosen the same paper pad in August, which is the Christmas Flora by Carta Bella, but I did not get to it, so then I pushed it to September, but I did not get to it either. So now I pushed it to November and we finally got to it. So this is what I made in November, or one of the things that I was able to smash so far in November. So that's fantastic. But yeah, so I finally got to use up this Christmas Flora 6x6 paper pad. I do have just a couple of scraps left here. And then this sheet, actually, this is from the 12x12 actually. This is from the 6x6 here, so I have a couple of like little cut aparts, and then the back side is just blank red. There was a lot of solids in this collection. Normally the solids are like if you have like a 48 sheet paper pad or collection, but this was only 24, so I was actually surprised that there was a lot of solids. Like you had the bluish green, the pink, the yellow, the white, the red. Like there was a lot of solids in here, but I made it work, and I did end up using most of the solids in here. I did pull a 12x12 sheet from my stash. I had like an extra cut apart sheet, which is where this kind of came from, and yeah, I think I pulled one more sheet from here as well for the Christmas Flora from the 12x12 collection kit, because I needed to finish off with the covers and stuff, because I ran out of paper at that point, because there were so many solids in here. Normally like I would pull in just like solids from my stash, but I didn't have to pull solids from my stash this time. I had to pull a couple of pattern papers, or like one pattern paper and like a cut apart sheet. But I am calling this smash. I'm going to add this back to my 12x12 collection kit, and I'll probably just add these little things to the 12x12 collection kit also, because maybe not this one, but these, because that could be used as like a little scrap or something, and then these can be used either for the cut aparts or for the red that matches the collection. So I will add that into here. But other than that, this is smashed. So let me share with you guys what I made. I'm just happy to write off another paper collection that I used up, or paper pad that I used up. And I feel like I used the most 6x6 pads so far this year, but I mean, they're a little bit easier to work with and smash than like a whole 12x12. And I have been overachieving a lot this year, or trying to, and it just wasn't working. Anyway, so here is what I made. I used a couple of things from Scrap Diva Designs on the front cover here. So the leaves, that's cut out using her leaves bundled die set. I cut them out in gold, and they just look so pretty. I just love it. Highly recommend that die. It's one of my favorites. I use it all the time. And then another one that I used is one of her peppermint dies. So the way that the peppermint kind of works, she has, was it? Wait, no, I think the peppermint one might have been KarolinasKrafts. Hold on a sec. Okay, yes, this peppermint in particular is from KarolinasKrafts, because it was just the negative piece from the bows that I made. So I ended up matting them also, and then I just took one, I cut it in half, and I added like a little element here. However, Scrap Diva also does have a candy cane die with a bunch of different sizes of little like peppermint candies. So either one that you get, so you could either get the bow die from KarolinasKrafts, and like I said, I used you could make little bows. I thought about adding this actually onto here, but then decided it was just a little too much, and then if somebody tries to lay this flat, this is going to get in the way of that. So I decided to not add that, but I did use the little inner piece, the negative piece. So I'm going to link that die down below. But like I was trying to say, Scrap Diva also has like a little peppermint candy die set that looks like this. So you get all of these sizes. I'm using the largest one on an album right now, but you also could have used the smaller one and layered it kind of behind the flowers as well. And that is her peppermint candy die set. So either one, you have options for both, either if you want like a peppermint bow and you want to repurpose, or if you just want like a bunch of sizes of peppermints that you can add to different projects and stuff. So I will link them both down below. But this is what that front cover looks like, and the poinsettia flowers are from Hobby Lobby. Found these little pink like gemmy things in my stash. The spine I did like a solid pink because I ran out of paper. And then this is the back with my handmade logo stamp, which I'll link down below. So you open this up and here's what it looks like. So you could add like a full-size photo here. You could fit like a 4x6 right here. So 4x6, and that would like, you wouldn't see the paper on the top and bottom. So if you want to see the paper on the top and bottom, then you would want to do a 4x5. So then it would be like this, and that could go either direction, right? So you could have something like that. And you could fit these 4x5 size photos throughout the whole entire album pretty much, which I'll share with you. So, and this is also a tutorial actually that I have available. You guys have been seeing this one a lot lately, but it's my Bon Voyage Island Adventure mini album that I designed. And you get like the whole tutorial and everything for this. So this is what I used to make this album. I just paper matted it obviously with the Christmas Flora Paper Pad. But I'm going to have this link down below on my coffee website, where you guys could get the whole cutting guide and the instructions on like how to cut your paper and stuff like that. And I'll also link the tutorial. So that will be down below. So here I just left I glued this down on 3 sides, left this open, and added like a little tag. This is just another tag die set from my stash. I like to cut out 110-pound cardstock like scraps that I have with just the tag dies, and it worked well here. This opens up like this. I totally forgot to add a magnet here, but you don't need it at the same time. So then I added some stickers, I added some gold because this paper was too short, so then I added gold and it looks good. Here I added this little photo mat, so you could use this as like a journal spot or add a little photo to it. You could do both. You could add a photo and then also have like a little journal spot. Maybe like something like that. You can kind of like have this tucked in behind it a little bit, and you could journal, or you know, whatever you want. You could even fit both like this, however you want to do it. I mean, it doesn't have to go there. That was just like a little option. But this was a die set from my stash. I haven't seen this one anymore that makes it like the little lines on the outside. They have other ones that are just like regular stitched. I really like this one, but I haven't seen it available for me to link it. If I do find it, I will link it, but I haven't seen it for me to be able to link it. And then I used a cut apart from the 12x12 that says it's the most wonderful time of the year, and just made a little booklet right there. And then you could add a full-size photo here. You could add another 4x5 if you'd like. And obviously if you add a 4x5 size photo and you want to add this behind it, glue this down on 3 sides, and you could tuck this kind of behind it like that. And you could just pull it out from your photo when you want to like see, but it could be like a little hidden journal spot that way. So that's the option. Then this turns, you have another space for a full 4x5 size photo, either this way or this way. Here I used some stickers actually from the Christmas Flora 12x12 collection kit. So I used like a couple of stickers here, couple here, and then one here. So I mean, that came in handy. So I just used one of those here, matted it onto gold, put it here, and I tucked in a couple of tags behind it. And then in the pocket, we've got another little journal card. It says all is calm, all is bright. We've got a larger pink tag and then a larger white photo mat. So you could use this to journal, or you could add a photo directly onto the photo mat. And this is like, I think, bigger than 4x5. So you could use this and then still add your 4x5 size photo, and then you end up getting like a nice little white border on top of that, and that would look nice also. So I mean, you could use that however way you want, but I have it included in this album. Okay, so there's that. Then this one, this is a die set, I think also from KarolinasKrafts, that says Mrs. Claus. and I just die cut that out. I had a bunch like that I cut out that are ready to go, so I was able to use it here. And then I have a red one, a red like photo mat area cut out. This one is a little bit smaller than 4x5. Nope, this is like almost the exact size of 4x5. So this one you can fit, if you wanted to, like a 3x5 size photo. If you want the, nope, okay, that's still different size. Well, you know what I mean. You'd have to crop down your 4x5. How about that? If you wanted to use this, or you could just use it as like a little journal spot or tuck spot. Then we have a pocket here. This is now the second signature. So this was all that first signature. This is your second one. We've got a pocket here, a pink tag, and then warm Christmas wishes right there. Okay, then this flips open like this. This says Holly Jolly here. It's a sticker from the sticker sheet. And then I had like this green star embellishment like die cut in my stash, and I thought it would fit here, so it worked. And then here I had to paper piece with the two papers because I didn't have anything that would fit. But I think that works, and you could still cover that up. You could add in a 4x5 size photo right here. I mean, if you're going to do that, you might have to unstick that star just a little bit to be able to like add it in there, because this one's getting in the way. There's a little bit of glue on that end piece, but you can just lift that up gently and then put this in and then glue that star back, because that would totally work. Or if you don't want to play around with that, you could add something smaller, maybe not a 4x4 then, maybe like a 3x5. That would work as well, and just glue it down, you know, behind this, so this part's not glued down. So you could have that tucked in there, but I have also this little white mat tucked in behind it for the time being. Then here you could add a full-size 4x5 size photo. Lots of space for photos, and obviously if you do smaller photos you could fit more. This is just if you were to do like the largest size. You could do another 4x5 here. This one actually, this is magnetized with a 1/2 inch size magnet. I was using magnets from Total Element Magnets. It's like the only magnets that I use now, and I love these so much. They are just as strong as basic gray magnets. They are very durable. They're also a little teeny bit thinner than the basic gray that I have seen, that I've noticed. And I do have a coupon if you guys want to get some, so you guys could use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order. I'm going to have all of my favorite sizes linked down below. I do use 1/2 inch a lot though, so I did use that here, here, and then right here. So that is magnetized closed right there. So then you can open this up like this, and obviously you could add a 4x5 size photo here as well, either way. But this also pulls out, so you have additional space for either writing or journaling, and then if you wanted to, you could also add something to the back as well. So you have so many spaces for photos here. You could fit like good three photos that are 4x5 if you add it to each side. So good amount of space for photos there, or journaling, or both. You know, like if you add a 4x5, you could add a 4x5 like this up top and still have a little bit of space to journal at the bottom. So that's always an option. Okay, if you want to journal, or if you just want to put the date, that's fine also. Okay, so then here it says just for you. We've got this little booklet, says Noel, a tag, and then another photo mat here. So if you want to use this here, you could totally do that. Or you could use this elsewhere on any other page. It's just another extra little photo mat that I included in here. Okay, so there's that. Then here we've got a belly band with another photo mat. This one is a white one. And we've also got a little booklet that says it's Christmas time in the city. Super cute. And this Make-A-Wish was actually a sticker from my stash. That's not even from this collection, but I thought it looked nice there. Also because this piece right here was with the branding strip, so there was like a little circle in the middle, so I had to cover it up. But we used it. We made it work because I was really running low on paper here. Here I used a 3x4 cut apart, and I used some of my red scraps from the collection on the side to kind of fill that in, because this was only a 3x4, not a 4x4. But you can add a 4x4 size photo on here. This is exactly 4x4, so you might want to like crop it down just a little bit. It's like 4 1/8 by 4. So you might want to crop it down just a little bit, or you can always add in a 3x3 size photo like perfectly, and then it would leave that border and you would still see the pink instead of your photo then, if you were to do that there. A 4x4 you could fit up here, no problem, just crop it down just a little bit. You could fit a larger photo there, or you could also do a 3x3. You could also do it like on the side there and do journaling, so however you want to do that. And then this lifts up. You could, again, another space for photos here, and you could add another one down here, or you could even add a 4x4 under here. That would fit perfectly, and that would still get covered up. So you have plenty of options there as well for additional photo spaces. I just love this album design so much. If you guys haven't gotten that cutting guide yet, I highly recommend it. When I made these bases, I made 13 of them at a time, 8 of them for a custom order, and then 5 of them just to have in my stash for whatever other projects I want to work on. So I did a bunch, and that way it's really helpful when you have a cutting guide in front of you, because you're able to make a bunch at a time. So I did all of like the chipboard bases at first, and then I did all of like signature 1 at a time, then all of signature 2, and so on. So I was able to just like kind of like mass produce it a little bit faster that way, make it like a little assembly line. The next page here, I used a sticker that says, "Oh, what fun." And I've got that little photo mat here, just using it as like a little tuck spot. Obviously you can still add your photo directly onto here, and this is the larger one, so you would have that border, and that just looks really pretty. Just imagine this with your Christmas photos. This is from the sticker sheet, says joyful. I just thought it fit there. And then we've got a little booklet that I made from the cut apart. It says Merry Christmas, a pink tag, and another little photo mat or journal space. So those live in this pocket right here. Then this flips again, and here we've got this page again magnetized with a 1/2-inch magnet that comes out, and this pulls out completely, so you have all of that space for additional photos. And then this one, I used another little word from the KS Craft like Christmas words die set. I'll link it down below. Added a little photo mat here, so that could be used as like a tuck spot or photo area. And then this flips open as well for additional photos, so you have plenty of space. This one doesn't pull out, this one is like attached. And then this flips, and you could add another space for, or have another space for a full-size photo here, and then here again as well. So lots of space for photos here, and obviously you'd want to like glue this down once you add your photo down and whatnot. But I love how this album turned out. I wasn't sure about this Christmas Flora collection, but I actually really like how it turned out in the end. I mean, I like that there's reds and greens and stuff. I think it was just like, I don't know, it was just a lot of different colors that was throwing me off, especially like with the yellows and stuff. So I was kind of getting thrown off just a little bit, but I think it turned out really nice in the end. So I hope you guys like it too. I'm just happy I got to smash up another 6x6 pad, write it off on my list, and I love using my own tutorials because it just makes my life so much easier. So if you haven't gotten that one yet, totally check it out. Like I said, I'll have it linked down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little project. Don't forget to check out the description for all the links, including the little dies and stuff that I used as well, so you guys can get your hands on that, because it just adds so much detail to your project. So highly recommend. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.